Hi guys, so something I find really frigging annoying about Conservatives with a small c and Brexiteers in particular is that they have no agency. They're victims. They always have to find someone else to blame for actions that they have taken themselves. Now you're going to hear from Robert Jenrick, who's the Secretary of State for Housing, and he was asked the question, what was the point of Brexit? Now, it's important that we remember that we've moved from sunlit uplands and countries queuing up to deal with Britain to teething problems and, frankly, government advice to some businesses to basically move their operations to the EU to survive. They went from saying, we hold all the cards, to the mean EU is not treating us with respect, the respect we deserve. Yes, we're a third country, but we don't like to be treated like a third country. And then finally, Brexiteers have gone from saying, we won, get over it, to we didn't get the Brexit we wanted because Remainers threw a spanner in the works. So how can Brexit be both a success and a freaking failure at the same time? Well, let's hear from Robert Jenrick.
The point of Brexit, or one of the things that it achieved, is to enable us to be, once again, an independent coastal state with greater control over who fishes in our waters, greater control over the destiny of those industries.
Okay, before she interrupts him, what is the point of controlling all of the waters if the fish that you catch in those waters are normally exported? You know, this is the argument Brexiteers jump to immediately. We want to control our waters. Okay, but there are two problems with that. The fish that you catch to sell in your market, in the UK market, is caught in waters outside the UK, in foreign waters, if you want to put it that way. But the fish that you actually export are caught within your waters. But if you caught all the fish in your waters, the problem is exporting them. The problem is not actually catching them. Yes, there is an issue about catching them, but the principal problem is the exportation of the fish, not the catching of the fish.
The Scottish Fishermen's Federation, for example, Robert, I'm sorry to interrupt. The Scottish Fishermen's... Robert, just one second. No, just one second.
Stop interrupting me. I'm trying to maintain the narrative that Brexit is a success.
No, but hang on, if you're going to cite Robert, I'm sorry, I'm going to... Robert, no, Robert, I'm going to interrupt you, I'm sorry. The Scottish Fishermen's Federation calls the UK-EU trade deal on fishing desperately poor. It says it leaves them in a worse situation than before.
If Brexit's been put to bed, Robert, it's got up again. Yes. And it's got out of bed, it's running around, it's not put to bed at all. You need to put Brexit back to bed.
I don't think that's fair. Inevitably, an enormous change like Brexit will leave some things that need to be ironed out. That's what's going to happen now. It will require, in fairness to John, it will require diplomacy and good relations with our neighbours. We all want to see that because we want to move forward. These are our European friends and neighbours and our trading partners. We want to build the best possible relationship. But, you know, it does a bit stick in the teeth hearing that from people with the best will in the world, like John, like Thangam, who did their best to make this issue such a divisive and bitter one for so long.
Oh, for goodness.
So basically what he's doing here is he's blaming Remainers for not getting the Brexit that he wanted. So even though Boris Johnson had an 80-seat majority, it's Remainers' fault that Brexiteers didn't get the Brexit they wanted. What a victim you are here. How little agency you have. You have an 80-seat majority. You're in the driver's seat. And you're still complaining about someone messing things up. And just to give you an example of how disconnected these people are from reality, I received messages on this channel from Brexiteers complaining that I, with 60,000 subscribers, no media platform, I just have a YouTube channel. People were complaining that I was undermining Brexit. I was extremely flattered with that accusation, but it shows that these people didn't know what they wanted. They never truly understood what they wanted. And when they were delivered something, they automatically responded by saying, this isn't what I ordered. This isn't what I wanted. And they blame the people who told them that what you thought you voted for isn't what you're going to receive. Or explain to them the problems of what they voted for. Instead of actually blaming the people who told you that everything will be okay. Instead of blaming the politicians who lied to you, ordinary people are blaming the people who told them that it would be a disaster.
Voting against, in Thangham's case, voting against getting Brexit done dozens and dozens of times, I think 40-odd times. John obviously sat in the chair using every device and an opportunity he could to make
it's called standing up for the rights of the democratic legislature, Robert. I'll introduce you to the concept and a tutorial on the subject.
Very good. But he was doing his job. Robert Jenrick, your party had an 80-seat majority. You can't turn around and say, oh, we didn't get the Brexit we wanted because of John Bercow. Or you can't go back to the time when Theresa May was negotiating and blame Remainers for the fact that Brexiteers were not happy. It was the DUP and the ERG that created the problems for Theresa May. It wasn't John Bercow. It wasn't the Liberal Democrats. It wasn't the Labour Party. It wasn't the Greens. It wasn't the SNP. The problems Theresa May had were with the ERG, the Jacob Rees-Moggs and the hard man Steve Bakers, and the DUP. But of course, even though the Brexiteers, even though the Conservatives had all the power, their immediate response is, we could do nothing. We didn't get the Brexit we wanted because of people like John Bercow, because of Remainers, because of people on YouTube. This is their response. Once again, you have to remember, these are the people who sold a lie to the public, told them that that Britain could import and export outside the EU in the same way as it was doing inside the EU. It told people on the day after Brexit there would be companies and countries lining up to start doing trade with the UK. That any trade lost with the European Union would be easily replaced with trade with other countries around the world. And that anyone who actually called it out and said, no, this is not possible, or there are problems with what you're saying, was dismissed as a traitor and engaging in Project Fear. And now you have a Brexit that was delivered, and Robert Jenrick is, I don't know, is he complaining that he didn't get the Brexit he wanted? Or is he happy with the Brexit he wanted? You can't be happy and disappointed with something at the same time. But that seems to be something quite common with Brexiteers. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?